Hello, hello, Million Dollar Babes. We are back today and we're talking about making money our new normal, letting wealth be the default setting. So I'm doing this in response to a whole bunch of a hodgepodge of questions that I've gotten from my students on both channels, courses, and then from Instagram asking me various questions on should you get certified as a life coach? Where should you get certification? How can you make more money in your existing business? So I'm going to try to answer as many of these questions as I can so that you can have kind of my viewpoint on these things. Now, before I start, I want to say that I'm not the kind of person that believes that you have to do this way or you're going to die. If you don't do it this way, you're not going to make any money. I believe there's a million and one aligned ways to do something. There's an infinite ways to do it. It just comes back to longevity and staying power and pleasure. For me, I cannot do something long term that I don't enjoy. So I'm always tweaking and finding the ways that will give me the most longevity and legacy. This isn't like a once and done kind of business for me. I think understanding this will help you understand why I work the way that I do. By the time I started this business 9 years ago, in March I celebrated 9 years as a life coach. By the time I started it, my husband and I were already multimillionaires. We were retired, like financially independent, retired. So I started this as a passion. I started this because I wanted to use my gifts in a way that would help society. It wasn't like, let me just do this one thing this one time, or let me like try to survive with this money. And so because of that, I've had a really different way of working with this, and pleasure and enjoyment and personal values and legacies is really important to me. Of course, making money is fun and we get to do that. So I'm not saying making money is not important or that you're wrong if you're trying to make money. You should make money. You should be very heavily compensated for your gifts. Okay. However, I'm not like trying to optimize my business for the most money I can make at the expense of everything else. And so understanding this will help you see what I'm saying. So let's answer the first question first. Hi, Christian. Hi, Feminine Rose. Let me know, those of you guys that are watching, if you would like to join live, you can join the YouTube membership. Wait, let me see if I can find there's a join button on the bottom that you can use to join the membership. I'm trying to find it, but I don't think I can. Okay. I don't think that's it. So let's answer, do you need to get certified as a life coach? So in the United States, and I believe this is true for, I have a global brand, so I'm going to try to answer this as best to my ability globally. You are not required to have a certification to become a life coach. However, in many situations, it's worth getting it. So whether you should specifically get it or not, I would need to be able to know your exact situation to be able to answer that. But here are some general guidelines. I am 4 times certified in life coaching in different modalities and types. Why did I choose to get certified as a life coach? Because I love mastery and I love learning and I love personal development and I love embodiment. While it's true that there are very many successful life coaches that aren't certified, like Tony Robbins, I believe, isn't certified. Like there's so many that they don't really officially have like a certification, but they're like the best of the best, right? Like they're the greats. There was a time when you could like just enter the field and make a name and you didn't need a certification. You were the first and you were like literally setting the standard of the industry. I started my YouTube channel 14 years ago, my other channel, the Universe Group channel, and it was times were very different then. But even then, in 2016, when I wanted to start a life coaching practice, I decided to get certified because I wanted to make sure that I had the skill sets that would give me the confidence to not only be able to market myself in the way that I desired, but also be able to hold my clients with a level of mastery. So that's why I decided to get certified. Why did I decide to get all these other future certifications? And by the way, I was just sharing with the ladies in my speed course today. I actually have close to 15 certifications, but the reason I say 4x is because those are the ones that I went and took the final test and went through the whole thing. With the others, I went through the entire training process, and for one reason or another, I didn't take the final exam or the test. Some reasons because the timings weren't working out, and I already had a very thriving 6, 7, 8-figure business by then, or I wasn't interested in taking the final test. It didn't matter to me to be able to say that I was certified. I just got what I needed and started practicing it right away. So those are the various reasons, but I hold 4 different life coaching certifications that I can officially say because I have the certifications. I went through the test and all that stuff. Why did I continue doing it even though I got my first clients the day I got certified with the first certification is because mastery. It's because I wanted to be able to use different modalities that require skills, that require training, that require, like some of my training required being tested for like hundreds and hundreds of hours of being watched while I was coaching. So I wanted to have that level of mastery. So in certain situations, depending on what your goals are, it may be useful to get the certifications for you. I believe in education. I love education. I'm addicted to education. I love personal development. I probably will end up getting more certifications and do more things because I just really love this whole world and I want to make sure that what I'm offering my clients and my students, it's world class, it's the best of the best, and that I'm always freshening up my skills. And it's like, even though my career doesn't require continuing education legally, I act like it does. So I act like my career requires continuing education like every month. And I move as such so that I'm always compounding my skill sets. Now, there are some people that get the certifications for the wrong reasons. What I would consider a wrong reason for getting a certification is because if you don't feel worthy, if you don't feel qualified internally, and you keep getting the certification after certification after certification, but you're not using it because you still don't feel worthy, I would consider that a waste of your gift and your time and your energy and your money. Because if you're not even qualifying yourself, some certification isn't going to qualify you. I internally already felt worthy of this career because I was already doing it for free for so many years and I had so many testimonials for just doing it for free. And so I already felt worthy. I already felt like I had achieved certain things in my own life and used them to get other people results. And so I didn't get the certification to feel worthy or to like qualify myself. I did it because I wanted that mastery. So that's the first thing. The second question I get asked a lot is, can you recommend a coaching certification? I cannot. The reason for this is because I don't know what kind of a life coach you want to become. Yes, there is a general life coach, but typically that doesn't fly that much anymore. Typically, you're going to want some kind of a multitude of modalities that you're adding. So if a man were to ask me what kind of life coach I should become, and they wanted to help other men with their masculinity, I would say, okay, combine life coaching with like masculine energy training. And if I had another person asking me what kind of a life coaching I should get, and I asked them a couple questions and I know that they are into like neuroscience, I would say, okay, combine neuroscience with life coaching. Versus another person that's like into like womb work and like healing like generational trauma trapped in the womb, I would say, okay, so you need a certification that caters to that. So there's different modalities. There isn't like just one size fits all. I've had to create my own curriculum. I did this in university as well because they didn't, when I looked at the university I wanted to go to, they didn't have the degree that I wanted. And so I spoke to the counselor, chose the best closest match, and then modified the hell out of it. Like I had to work with the dean and the counselors and advisors and make it so that everything that I wanted to learn, like I had to advocate for myself. So I did the same thing in the coaching world. Instead of just saying, oh, well, this is just what's available. Oh, well, I said, okay, what can I create from these ingredients? And so I've added a whole bunch of different modalities that seemingly don't even go together, but I've put them together and created my own little niche genre, whatever, my version of like create something new. That's what you're going to probably have to do unless you are an average person that can just take like the average thing, which a lot of people that follow me are not like that. We're not, there's nothing average about us. We are the rule breakers, we're the rebels, we're the ones that like love investing in ourselves. We want the best of the best. If that's you, you are going to have to advocate for yourself and create something extraordinary from the ingredients that you can find and then modify it and make it custom. Okay, you're a custom girl. The other question I get asked is if I have a certification. Currently, I do not. However, this is what I tell my students. So when people come to me and they say, I want to become a feminine energy expert, I say I have just the thing. I have a training called Feminine Energy Mega Trainings, and it's like over 70 hours of trainings on everything related to feminine and masculine energetics that anyone could ever know. I tell them take that, and I'm not like certifying you, but if after you complete it, you can get a certificate of completion, which is different, but you completed that. And now you have all the skills and you know how to teach this stuff. So you can do it that way. That's one option. And for coaching, it's the same thing. I have a coach course called Conscious Couture Coach, in which I'm teaching you all the skill sets and mastery from like my 9 years of experience doing it for pay and like even more years of experience for doing it free. And you can take that and that will give you all the skills. But I do not currently provide certification. That may change in the future. But currently I do not. So that is the answer to that question. Let me see what else. Do you guys have any other questions that are coming up? I'm trying to think what are other common like coaching related things that you guys ask me. So you don't legally need it, but it's useful. Oh, here's another thing I wanted to say. A lot of people think that just knowing information or if they got results in their own life, that's enough. It's not always enough. Hear me out. Learning to embody something yourself and coaching someone else are two different skill sets. They're so different, and you have to master both if you're going to go that route. I've had to really intentionally and consciously learn to master both. We know plenty of people that know how to do something for themselves, but they can't teach it. And we know plenty of people that can teach other people how to do something and get results, but they are not embodied in it. This is why we know that these are two different skill sets. A lot of times I'll have people in the comments saying, I'm an expert in this because I learned how to do it, but the way they're typing, the way they're talking about it, I can already tell from my projector coding and my decades of experience that they're not going to be able to get someone else results. When you are really embodied in something and you know it, it's often harder to teach it unless you're consciously also training yourself to teach it. I've had to really do this. Like I've had to come outside of myself and like micro dissect and reverse engineer how to be able to take the results I've gotten for myself and then give them to tens of thousands of people. It doesn't come naturally. In fact, it's often harder because it's second nature for you. It's second nature for me to be able to get results for myself. So I've had to really learn how to be able to replicate those results. And now that I have tens of thousands of testimonials, I know that I've mastered both, being able to get the results in my life and in other people's life, but it doesn't easily come. So sometimes we can see someone with the results and then we hire them and they can't get us the results because they haven't like gotten the proper training to teach that thing or coach some. That's why I think the answer to this question, which I know can be so annoying, is it depends. So the question I want you to ask yourself, even if you have the results, have you helped a friend, a family member, someone else get these results? And get that framework down. If the answer is yes, create a framework around it. Because if you don't have a step-by-step, a framework that you can replicate and kind of fall back on, when you're in your highest alignment and your intuition is powered on, you'll be great. But when you have those moments when you're not your best, but you still have to show up for your clients, you're not going to be your best. And so creating those frameworks can be a really powerful foundation to step on. Christian said, that's why I love when you say information is not embodiment. Yes. And turning information into embodiment, turning information into transformation, it's an art of alchemy. And being able to take another human being with their own limiting beliefs and their own resistance, and then coach them through that, lead them through that, it requires mastery. So that's why I think in a lot of circumstances, it is useful. A lot of times you can just tell in the way that someone is communicating if whether they need it or not. And oftentimes what happens is the people that don't need the certifications keep getting them. And the people that desperately need them are like, no, I know everything. My mom used to say the intelligent person thinks that they know nothing, and the dumb person thinks they know everything. So that's why I think learning, growing continuously, investing in yourself, in your mastery, in your skill set is the thing that's going to give you the staying power. Even though I have tens and thousands of testimonials globally, I continue to master my craft. I continue to invest in myself. I continue to grow and evolve because I know that the better I get, the more education I have, the more skills I have, the more mastery I have, the better results I can get for my clients. Feminine Rose said, I'm a neuropsychologist and I also use somatic healing for trauma. I also have a master's in political science. My best clients are lawyers and people who work in government and politics. That's how my qualifications are coming together. Beautiful, beautiful. And so continuing to embody who we are. And here's another thing, being your greatest social proof. You are your biggest proof of concept. So not only do I share my client testimonials, but I also share my whole authentic real life so that people can see that, oh, she is still a student of her own work. She is still doing everything that she's teaching. She's not like, do as I say, right? Not as I do. Like, no, I use all of the work that I teach in my own life. So I am my own billboard. I am my own commercial. I'm my own embodiment of the ad. Let me see what else is coming up that I wanted to riff on. Okay, let me think. We touched on the coaching. Okay, if you are an online coach, you're going to have to also learn this whole other skill set of marketing yourself. Another thing I've seen in the industry is sometimes the best coaches are really poor at marketing. And sometimes people that are really great at marketing aren't really the best coaches. My friend and I recently had an example of this really huge YouTuber. He teaches a lot on YouTube and he's got packages for like millions of dollars and people buy from him. And my friend and I have been in the coaching industry for nearly a decade and we coach a lot. We work, we love our work. And so finally he was offering like this entry level thing, and we'd never bought anything from him. And so we're like, let's check him out. And we go in there, and in this thing, he was coaching people, and we both were just shocked. This man did not know how to coach people at all. He is a brilliant YouTuber. He's got millions of followers. He is a brilliant public speaker. He talks and you listen. He is a brilliant teacher. His coaching skills were zero. Zero. And I believe he does not have a certification or anything he has no skill sets on coaching, but his marketing is chef's kiss. However, we decided this entry level package was leading into a bigger package, and we like ditched the thing mid thing, and we're like, no, thank you. Because if you're buying coaching from someone, they need to know how to coach you, not just like be this public persona. And so I'm just kind of sharing this, not to throw shade on anything, but I would listen to him as a teacher, but he can't coach me. He doesn't have any coaching skills. Now, someone else could be a brilliant coach and have zero marketing skills, and they could be the best kept secret because like no one knows to hire them. And so being honest with yourself where you're at, do you want to be just a content creator and make your money that way? Do you want to be a teacher, which is very different than a coach? Or do you actually want to be a coach and coach people? Because those things will require you to invest in different levels of mastery. So what I've done in my career is do all of those things. So I, took public speaking classes when I was in university. I knew that I wanted to overcome my fear of public speaking. So I'm a great public speaker. I can do it on YouTube. I can do it in public. I have in-person intensive that I've done. I'm also a great teacher, and I've also invested heavily in becoming a great coach because it's important to me to have all of those various skill sets, but to you, it might not be important. You might be like, you know what, actually, after hearing you say this, Mina, I realize I'm a great teacher. I don't necessarily want to coach. So then you want to use those skills, those gifts that you have, and you want to apply them in a way where you're not necessarily coaching, you're just teaching. Kenya, welcome to Million Dollar Babes. Happy to have you, gorgeous. Yeah. So, those are kind of things to consider when you are informing where your brand is going to go, how you're going to market yourself, what are your strengths, and what you don't want to do. So, for example, if you want to just be a teacher, don't talk about being a coach. Because when you talk about being a coach, people come in with a different set of expectations of what they're going to get from you than if you're just simply teaching. And marketing and positioning yourself with the thing that you really want to do is the key so that everyone knows what to expect from you and you know how to stay in your lane and do the thing that you enjoy doing without getting distracted or led in other directions. Okay. Anything else coming up for you guys? I'm just trying to answer as many questions as I can. I'll take my members first, but I'll open it up to my other subscribers as well, just for a minute. But I'll give priority to my members. Mina, I'd like to keep my personal life private as a coach though, and I've always been a private person. I'm also a very private person, but I recognize that doesn't really serve humanity. If I don't use my own embodiment, like my gift is my own embodiment. So personally, when people are very overly private, I don't hire them. And that doesn't mean that you can't get business that way, but you have to market yourself in a different way. My brain instantly goes to either they're hiding something, they're not embodied what they're teaching, unless it's something where it doesn't matter. So, for example, if I'm hiring a personal trainer, okay, I don't care if they're married. I don't care if they're miserable in the rest of their life. I don't care what, it doesn't matter to me as long as they can get me, if they have the physique that I want and they can get me those results, then it doesn't matter. But when we're specifically talking about life coaching and mentorship, I personally, if someone's really suspiciously private, because I consider myself a private person, but I share from my embodiment. Because if you didn't, what if my life was like miserable on the other end? Like, and I like had a horrible marriage. I was really unhappy in my life. And like, I'm trying to life coach other people. Like, for some reason, life coaching, it does require a certain level of embodiment. Like, this is kind of an industry standard that you can't be hidden or like a hot mess and like trying to help someone in such an intimate way. So in life coaching, I think it matters that people can see your embodiment in the way you carry yourself. And I'm extremely introverted. I'm an extremely private person. However, how does that serve humanity? If I wasn't sharing, like tens of thousands of people have said that my marriage gave them the inspiration to believe that they can have something. So me being private serves no one. What a waste of my life if I was so private that no one got to be inspired by me. I'm a muse. I'm an inspiration to people. So that's how I would think about it. But there is a way, there's many people that are super private. I tend not to hire them because I can't see their embodiment. I can't trust them. But there is a way to do it. I probably wouldn't be a good teacher on doing that though, because even though I'm a private person, I share the things that I've overcome. I share my life. It's my gift to the world. Yes, that's second nature. It is hard to see how actually I do something and it works. Yes, you have to learn that. And I've been aware of the fact some of my professors had already told me this when I was in my 20s that that's why the saying those who can't teach, that's where that comes from, is that there are two different level skill sets. And so you want to be able to learn both skill sets if you want to be able to replicate results for other people. Yeah. See. That makes sense. I'd like to keep my life private because my husband's work profile needs him to be private. People know what his position is, but certain things we need to keep private. Just keep it private then. But people, like, I don't see the conflict. I think sometimes we have a bigger story in our head that I'm not seeing. So I don't see a conflict. Keep the things that need to be private, private, but like show the parts that are your branding. The best companies in the world have a character. They have a muse. They have a hero or a shiro. And so you need to learn how to be the shiro or have a create or that's why even companies that are kind of hidden, they hire influencers to be the face. So there needs to be a face, especially in life coaching. In other businesses, we're not talking about that. I do that privately in Kainaat where I can take people's specific situations and laser coach them. Here it's different because I can't coach you because it's not like interactive in that way. And so some either hire someone to be the face and just lead with other people's testimonials and you can keep your life private. You can get a certain level of client that way. But the business that I have created has been more just being authentic and honest and sharing the parts that I can share while being respectful, obviously, of my family and friends. There's a lot of things that I don't have permission from family and friends to share that I don't share. So I don't share about extended family a lot. Like I have permission to share things about my husband and my kids because that's something we decided was okay. So I share that. Hi, Eileen. Welcome to see you here. Do you have some advice for that? Advice for what, gorgeous? I don't see a question. In content, how do you really draw the line between teaching and coaching? So I don't believe it's possible to coach someone on social media. So I don't coach on social media. I don't coach on YouTube. I don't coach on Instagram. Those are the places where I'm active. I coach in my private coaching containers. So one-on-one coaching, Kainaat, group coaching like Wife is going on, that's where I coach. The reason I can't coach on YouTube is because I can't really talk to you that way. By the time I ask a question, there's a lag. Then you type the answer. I can't really track you because tracking is a major part of coaching. I teach you that in the Conscious Couture Coach, and I can't do that just from the words. I can't like hear your voice and things like that. So on social media, I do motivational content, branding content. I do a little bit of teaching content, and then my bulk of my teaching and coaching and mentorship, like 99.9% of it remains in my private coaching and in my paid courses, and that's how I do it. For the second nature embodiment, um, I would say get the training, learn how to coach someone. And because if you're saying that you're already embodied in it, but you don't know how to coach someone, learn how to coach them. I teach this in Conscious Couture Coach. Like don't just assume that just because you got yourself results that you can get other people results unless you've gotten other people results. So I would say either learn how to get other people results or um like just practice it and see if you can. But a lot of people that can get themselves results don't necessarily have the skill sets to do it for someone else. I've seen this in the industry a lot. And to those people, I would say just go learn how to do it. Get the certification, get the training, learn how to teach someone else how to do something to replicate the results outside of yourself. Because one of the issues that can happen when you're embodied in something is that you assume that they know everything you know, or you assume that they have the same beliefs that you have. That's why in my free content, I'm always talking about beliefs. Because if I can have you see my beliefs, half the job is already done. By the time you come in my group coaching containers, you're already bought into my beliefs, and then I can coach you. Tiffany said, thank you, Mina. Is this great? This is great because in my content, I've been trying to teach and coach at the same time. And I've realized I kept using a lot of unnecessary disclaimers and language. You shouldn't be coaching on your free content. There needs to be consent in coaching, and consent in coaching comes from energy exchange of money. So I never coach on YouTube in my 14 years on YouTube, that's private. That's for my private client. That's for my students and my coaching containers. Here, I'm showing you my values, my embodiment. You can read my frequency. You can see what I'm embodied in, and then you can decide if you're gonna lead yourself to my courses and containers. But I never coach without consent, so I'm not gonna coach on YouTube. And I can see why you would feel like you have to give disclaimers, right? Because you're putting yourself on the line now with when they have no skin in the game. So you don't have consent from them. Yes, you're so right about beliefs. Thank you for speaking on being more purposeful with social media. I was under the impression that I needed to somehow coach on YouTube. Even if you wanted to, gorgeous, you can't. How would I coach you if I can't track you? In tracking, I talked about this in Conscious Couture Coach. I need to be able to see your eye movements because your eye movements show me whether you're in your body or in your head. Your eye movements show me where you're blocked. When you're speaking and your eye gets stuck somewhere, I know the words that you were saying, you're blocked in that one thing. I can't do that here. And then there's a lag on YouTube. So by the time you're hearing these words, I set them 15, 20 seconds ago. So by the time you hear them and then type the response, I've moved on to the next thing. I can't coach you on YouTube, even if I wanted to. I can coach you on Zoom. I can coach you on a call. I can coach you in person. And so don't even try to do that. And that's not fair to you. Your sacred gift, your sacred work needs to be compensated because there are a lot of people that will energetically rape you if you allow it. And a lot of people want to do that with women. And so we're learning as a collective to be compensated for our divine gifts. The glow up grew. I needed this message today, girl. Yes. Divine timing. I feel like you and I are like just in sync. You think something, I'm teaching it. I need to hear something, you're DMing it to me. Yes. Yes, I love that. So yes, we want to separate. And let me riff on that if you guys want, okay? I can riff on that. I use my social media as kind of a window into my life. So when I'm showing up here, you're reading my energy. You're tracking me right now. I can't see you, but you can track me. You're seeing what I'm saying and how much alignment and resonance I have. You can see in my voice what I'm really embodied in. You can see the confidence and the inner authority that I have in what I'm speaking. Now you're learning and seeing my personal beliefs. You're understanding the cosmology of how my beliefs interact with my thoughts and how I see the world. You're understanding my personal values. And in that moment, you're deciding whether I am the one for you or not. You're deciding whether you're going to continue listening to me here on YouTube. You're deciding whether I'm the person you're going to invest your money with, to learn from, to grow with, to coach with. You're deciding which containers you're going to come in with me. You are leading yourself there from the frequency and the energy that I'm bringing. That's my job on social media. That's what I'm doing. I'm speaking to directly you. I've got you in mind, and I'm showing up authentically, showing you my real life. Hi, I'm Mina Irfan. These are my beliefs. This is my home, and this is my life. If you love it, great. I've got offers for you. If you don't, great. I wish you the best of luck. That's it. I can't coach you here because I can't track you. I can't attune to your energy. And so those are the foundational pillars of coaching one-on-one. The ability to track your clients and attune to their energy so you can guide them. If you can't do that on social media, then you can't coach on social media. And anyways, even if you could, I highly encourage you to have consent through money, through them having skin in the game. Lucy said amen to that. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So and here's the thing, you can't coach on social media. So you'll try to coach on social media and then you'll fail because you can't really coach there. And then people are not even getting to see who you are and what you're about because you're trying to do something that can't be done on social media. So why not just do what the platform is made for, which is social connection? I show here, I give value. I've been doing that for 14 years of my life. I've been showing up consistently on my channels and sharing from my heart, teaching a little bit, showing my personal values, sharing my journey. And those of you guys that are like, yes, that's what I want, that's what I want to learn from, you sign up, and the other ones don't, and both is okay. Perfectly fine. And that just makes it clean and it makes it easy. Because now we're clear on our expectations that you're not going to be expecting coaching from me for free on YouTube. And I'm not trying to do something that I can't really quite do on here. Yeah, anything else coming up for you guys? Social media is where you give them a little sample of your energy, a little sample of your belief system, a little sample of who you're speaking to, what you're all about. Yes, the only people who haven't taken my advice as a therapist are the ones who didn't value it because I was offering it from no charge. They didn't have skin in the game. It devalued my advice in their eyes. Honestly, yes, that is such a big thing. Yes, that energy of trying to coach energetically tends to create chaos. Yes, because it's the medium is not created for it. It's like if I was trying to do FaceTime via text message, text messages don't allow FaceTime. That's a different medium. So you do want to use the appropriate medium for what you're trying to do. Yeah. And ladies, while you're writing out your comments, I do want to let you guys know that I'm currently enrolling for Kainaat. And Kainaat Success Academy is my 1-year mentorship container, my highest proximity. This is going to be for really driven, ambitious women that have big desires in their life. You're going to be spiritual in nature. You're going to be multi-passionate. You're not someone that wants to settle for just one thing. You not only want the great relationship, you want the wealth. You want the dream body, you want Barbie's dream house, you want the car, you want the Chanel bag, like you want the full rounded life experience and you want to love every second of existing in it. That's who Kainaat is for. So there's 2 ways to sign up for Kainaat. One is where you join, both are application only, but you apply, you get approved, and you get the 1-year mentorship container with a specific like curated courses and 4 group coaching programs. So you get Wifed, Entrepreneur, Inner Alchemy, and Manifesting with God. Those are the 4 group coaching containers a year. And then you get all of these courses that I've curated just for Kainat. On top of that, you get 2 laser group coaching sessions a month, plus a sisterhood integration call and a book club. So we're meeting pretty much every week, sometimes a couple times a week. You can come as you want. Some people come every class. Some people come as they feel like it. Some people drop off for a while and then come back when they want to plug back in. It's a anything container. You have everything, but you can take anything. That's one way to sign up. Another way to sign up is if you already have, for say, the university bundle or the all the things bundle, or you already have a lot of my courses and you're like, no, I just need the mentorship calls, then there's a way where you can only buy those 3 calls a month, which are 2 laser coaching and 1 sisterhood and embodiment like book club. So that's a lesser investment. However, the lesser investment and the other one, they're both going up in price soon. So I wanted to really let you guys know that because I know a lot of you guys are considering signing up for that. April 6th, the mentorship only portion will be significantly going up in price. And then in a month or two, Kainat itself, the whole bundle, the whole thing will be going up. And so I wanted you guys to have an opportunity to see if this is something that resonates with you and you need to be in it. So both of those are, well, the link is the same. You go into the Kainat sales page and fill out the application. So I'll link it again for you guys. Okay, let me see what you're saying. And then after your 1 year is up, you can upgrade to, with the alumni rate, you can buy a 2nd year. We had someone recently sign up for her 2nd year, 8 months before her 1st year is even up. So just showing you the power of this work. I'm a student of the Basic Babe course. I have been working on cleaning my triggers for a year. Now I'm starting to desire my own money and assets. Could you give me advice, please, to start? Yes, go get skills. What are your skill sets? What is something you can package up that adds values to someone else's life? Identify that thing first. If you don't have anything, choose one thing and go like get certified or get expertise in it and then package that up and sell it. When you have something that adds value to another human being, you can package that up, and with the power of the internet, you can sell it in infinite ways. That is like the secret to wealth. Add value to other human beings. Learn to add value. Learn to like solve other people's like desires in a way that they can't do it without your like inspiration, your assistance, and package it up and sell it and sell it and sell it and sell it. That's the key to wealth. I have not read that book, Ani. Thank you for suggesting it. Oh yeah, we also have a group chat. We also have Kainat also has like we also have Telegram with Wifed right now. So there's like a lot of, I can't even talk about all the things you get because it's not the thing that I want people to be enticed by. You will know whether you need to be in Kainat or not. It's really this like $1 million babe and high-end divinity frequency. And so I don't even lead with all the things you're gonna get because I want you to feel in your cells, in your womb, in your heart that you need to be in it. Like that's when you know. And then when you show up, you'll see, oh my God. Like every single person in there is like, I can't believe this is what we get. Because I never even marketed it the way that it needed to be. It's really a frequency thing. Fernanda said, I manifested this live. And there might be a trip that the Kainaat babes are planning. Oh my goodness. There's things I don't even know about. It's amazing. The frequency in there, the sisterhood. This is what happened when women that have not like no more sisterhood wounding show up. When there's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's only empowerment, there's only rooting for each other, just doing big things on the planet. Mina, I listened to your feminine evolution, women wisdom, and wealth this AM. Soaked it all in. Yay, Kat. I love that. That was a powerful one. How do you identify which skill sets you are good at when you have so many in mind? Do all of them, but choose one at the moment. Which one feels exciting and fun to do now? I have a lot of skill sets. I have now over 130 courses in all of them. But at the point I thought about what is going to be the first thing, the Basic Babe Bundle was the first thing I created. It wasn't called that at the time. It was called High Value Worthy Woman. And it was originally a course on transcending your limiting beliefs. So even though I have all of these things and I continue to learn, I tapped into my heart and I said, which one like really excites me right now? And that's what was exciting me at the time. So that became the first one. And then I did the second one and the third one. I mean, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? Like choose one that excites you now. I feel like a lot of people use this as an excuse to not like do something, is that they have too many ideas. That, oh wow, you have abundance, so you're in scarcity, right? Like that doesn't even make sense. Having a lot of something is abundance. So how could that feel like scarcity? So don't metabolize abundance as scarcity. This is such a good position to be in to have so many ideas. Say to the universe, thank you so much for giving me ideas. I'm going to implement them all one at a time. And this is the one I'm going to do now. So that the ideas keep flowing. Because when we say, there's so many, I don't know what to do, the universe stops giving you more because you're now saying that you don't have the container. So we have to learn not to turn our abundance into scarcity, ladies. This is a big thing that a lot of people do. Overwhelm is literally the frequency of turning abundance into scarcity. And we're not doing that over here. Having a lot of skills, having a lot of ideas, having a lot of downloads, it's a gift of God. A lot of people don't have that. We have that. Choose one and start solving humanity. Start helping people. Start adding value. Another thing I want to say is, and I think, did I say this in today's live or was that in the speed course? I'm trying to think because I taught the speed course, so I can't remember. But use my 4 stages of consciousness to profile the consciousness of the person you want to add value to. Because when you do that, you will know how to speak to them and how to market to them. If you're just kind of like speaking to everyone, you might be missing the person that you're actually speaking to. And so, for example, if you believe that your product or your service will help basic babes the most, you have to do your messaging in a certain way. With basic babes, you have to make it look really easy. You almost have to make it look like you're going to solve all their problems and they're not going to have to do any work because there's an inner child consciousness there. And so if you were doing that in your marketing, but you were trying to get self-aware Barbies, you would end up with basic babes. Can you see that? Let me know if that makes sense. So if you're talking to self-aware Barbies and you're talking about not having to work anymore, they're not going to come because self-aware Barbies love their work. They love creation. And what you're going to end up doing is attracting basic babes. So I believe my 4 stages of consciousness not only help you understand your consciousness level, but as someone that's marketing your online business, this is going to be gold for you. I have helped clients over the years change the way they're dressing, the way they're speaking, because their intention was to sell their high-end coaching package to self-aware Barbies, and all they're doing with their clothing and the way they're talking is attracting basic babes who don't have the resilience, the grit, the drive to take their course, or the money. And they're like, I'm not making any money. Yeah, that's why. Because if you are unintentionally attracting a different level of consciousness that is intended for your work, that's what's going to happen. Currently reading your book, Pure Gold. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that. My babies, my little books. So true, Mina. We sometimes get used to feeling scarcity and poor consciousness. Then anything that comes to us, we might turn it into a familiar emotion. Yep. I have seen this over and over again. We're not, as Homo sapiens, we're not used to abundance. We've had a lot of scarcity in our history. And this is why now that we do have a lot of abundance, we still look at the world from the eyes of scarcity. We get overwhelmed. We freeze when there's too much instead of being abundant. Your book got it shipped all the way to East Africa. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Are you the one that I just reposted in my stories? Or is that someone different? Because someone else had tagged me on Instagram that my book just got delivered to Africa. What course would you suggest for a woman married to a powerful man? I'm very happy in a marriage and career, but I often feel like I have restrictions because of the demands of my husband's career. I would say you need power work because that energy is basic babe energy. It's like I'm second nature to my husband's powerful. He's up here and I'm just a supporting role. So to me, like that's not power couple energy. Power couple energy is like we're both powerful. We both have power in our lives. We both have inner authority. We both bring equal but different power, equal but different value. To me, being restricted by like that's like side piece energy, right? It's like arm candy energy, which we get to have that, but be the $1 million babe high-end divinity arm candy, not like the basic babe energy. So I would say power work. We're doing power 10x in the 99 Realm VIP, which is like the annual pass next month. And it's been announced actually as April. Let me say it. Because I just got it's happening on April 28th in 99 Realm VIP. So it's the annual pass because you are the main character of your own movie. Yes, you're the supporting role in your partner's life, but the frequency of the way you're writing it is showing up as like you're just like the side heroine. You're not the main character. So I would want to change that energetically. I needed this today. I love that we're always manifesting just because we're alive. Yes. Not me, but I'll post it on IG. I already read it twice. Thanks for your wisdom. Oh, so I guess this week my book got delivered to 2 different people in Africa. And I'm so excited about that. Yeah, she just posted that she had to wait a really long time, but it finally got delivered. So I thought it was you. Amazing. That makes me so happy to hear. Yes, I manifested this too. You know, your energy is worth 10 times more. People across the world value your work, no matter the currency, and sometimes the value is 10x more than for them in their country, but the energetic value is there. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. I really do have a global audience, global students, global clients, global brand, and I am just so proud of what we've created here. It makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Which of your courses do you recommend for coaching skills? Oh my God, I have the most powerful course for this. Like this is like my even people that aren't coaches took this course because of the communication skills that they learn. Let me send it to you. It's called Conscious Couture Coach. It also comes with my entire feminine coaching container course. In fact, if you have the my container course, there's a code in there to upgrade to Conscious Couture. Why can't I find the link? Here it is. I'll throw it in the chat for you. We just added last month 6 more hours of content in there on how to 10x your coaching skills. I'm really proud of it because I've put everything that I've learned, embodied, and taught in the last like 9 years of my like actually being a certified life coach in this business. And like I put it in this course so that as much as I could, so that people can start 10xing their life coaching skills. There you go. Thank you, Mina. I just up-leveled my doula skills and I'm ready to start my own business. I'm doing it this week. My goal is to start taking clients as early as next month. I'm not hesitating anymore. Babe, next month sounds like a year to me. I'm sorry, but a month is like, oh my God, I would die of boredom if I had to wait for something until next month. Do it now. Why not just take clients today? Why next month? Next month? I'm like a toddler when you talk about time with me because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna melt onto the floor and like die of boredom if I have to wait a month. Imagine the people that like need you right now. They're like praying for you. And next month? No, just do it now. Just do it today. Next month is like a lifetime for me. It's a lifetime. I'm gonna challenge you and encourage you to do it now. Thank you. A big part of being a doula is coaching. Yes, absolutely. Coaching is guiding. A big part of being a mom is coaching. A big part of being a friend, it's coaching skills just 10x every area of your life. I could do a whole live stream live stream of just how coaching has changed my life. And that's just beyond just clients and money and all the things, like how it's actually changed me as a human being to have these skill sets. Oh my God, the listening skills that are required as a coach, the tracking, the attunement, the communication, the guidance, the influence, like, oh my gosh, it makes me a better mother, makes me a better wife, makes me a better human, a better friend, a better relative. Coaching is everything. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, yeah, I will. She said I will move faster. Girl, yes. Today, people are like, they're waiting for you. They're praying for you. Yes, I need your power work. I'm very confident as a therapist, but having to move at my husband's pace, the time zones, travel, and hosting, it is jarring me a bit. I'm newly married. Okay, so you're still kind of learning, and that's okay. The first couple of years, it's kind of a little wobbly time for every woman. What you don't want to get used to doing is just playing the side role. And as a married woman, yes, you do play the lead like side role in his movie at times. But that doesn't mean you don't have your own movie, because especially with a powerful husband, you don't want to just get him used to that being your only identity. And then later on, it might be, it's never impossible in my world, but it's a little bit harder when you like set in this way. So right now, also just like get him used to being in your movie as well. Get him used to being a supporting role in your life as well. And that means you need to learn how to be the main character. Yeah. Whatever you set now, it will start becoming like the neural pathway of your marriage. And of course, we get to transmute it, we get to alchemize it, but why not just set it right from the beginning, right? Why have to change it later? Just do it now. Can you guys tell I'm like the most impatient person on the planet? I'd rather just do it now, have it now, be it now. The idea is fresh now, it's alive now. Yes, yes, yes. You're so welcome, feminine. Congratulations on your marriage and all your success. You're definitely The driven, right? The ambitious. You've got it all. And now it's just learning to expand to that next level to be able to hold it all. Yes, I am praying for them and they are praying for me. I also prayed for a certain amount in my bank account and it just appeared. Congratulations. My income flow is flowing so much better now. Awesome. So this is why it's a better time to launch now, because when there's momentum, when there's energy of something manifesting, we use that energy to manifest the next thing. I'm teaching this in the speed course right now, how you take what you're manifesting now to manifest the next thing, the next thing, and the next thing. It's my energy transfer principle, and it is life changing. It will change every area of your life because then you've already got momentum from the things that are existing already, and you throw it into the next thing. It's so good. Yes, hold the money, baby. Yes, that's the next level. The rock studs, the Valentina rock studs. Yes, girl, I have them in every color. I could run a marathon in those shoes. They're like made for my feet. Thank you so much, Mina. You're the reason I got married to the man of my dreams. Well, congratulations. That makes me so happy to hear. And now you get to be the main character while also playing the character of wife in his movie. Awesome. All right, ladies, I hope this was helpful to you. I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you in Kainaat. I'll see you in all the places. I have an appointment I have to dash off to, but I love you and have a most brilliant rest of your Friday and happy weekend. And I'll see you guys next week.